Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Talking to you this morning from my new office just down the road from my house. A couple of things you can see, we start having some goodies brought to the office. You can see that little paint blue marker. We actually have painters coming in, and that little blue marker says what color that wall will be, probably in the next 48, 72 hours. In the end, I wanted to talk to you about one rental at a time. A lot of these YouTube channels and content creators talk about how much money they make. They talk about how much money they make on YouTube and all these other things. I think that is a way to go. I'm going to actually flip the script for you. I'm going to talk about how much money I spend, where I spend it, all on one rental at a time. So I've created a PowerPoint that kind of outlines where my expenses go. But right now, as of January 2022, I'm spending over $60,000 a year or $5,000 a month. So we're going to talk about where that money goes, why I do it, what I expect, and all of those good things. So let me just bring this up because I think it is important. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Let's see. Is that the first slide? So again, spending $5,000 a month. That is what I'm doing. It's actually a little bit over. We're going to go through all the details. We're going to go over where the money goes, and we're going to go over why I do it. I do want you to understand, if this is your first view of the channel, that I have done a daily show now for over 1,000 days in a row. I have eight millionaires and many multimillionaires that come back every week to talk to you. We are here to help. We're trying to help 1 million people get their first or next rental property. We realize that this may take a decade or two, but we're going to keep showing up every day. And this is an example of videos you might get. I think it is a little different than most. So here's where the money goes and kind of the order that I signed up to spend it. So one rental at a time was born 3 years ago. I started writing a book. I started creating videos on YouTube. I had no idea what I was doing. So the first thing I did is I bumped into a content creator at a mastermind who said, I want to help. So I have been paying him $1,000 a month for almost 3 full years. What he does for me is he takes my YouTube videos and he converts them to a podcast. So I have a podcast that's called One Rental at a Time. It doesn't have any original content, which is a reality. But if you like to listen, there is a podcast called One Rental at a Time. It gets 3 uploads a day. Now you got to remember, at One Rental at a Time on YouTube, I create 5, 6, and sometimes 7 videos. So we only take 3 videos a day and move those to the podcast. In addition to this, the content creator was originally creating multiple posts for me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and the like. But over the years, his fees have gotten more expensive, and I have reduced basically what I've asked for. So the $1,000 stayed the same. I've always paid for the podcast conversion. And now I think he's helping me do 1 or 2 posts a day on Instagram. And yes, folks, I do have an Instagram channel or page or whatever you call it. I think it's got 12,000 followers. So if you want to follow me, go for it. And again, I've been using him for 3 years. Next up, I just started recently in the last 4 months or so, been paying a content creator who actually has resources outside of the country. So I'm paying him $1,500. First and foremost, what they do for me is they create my YouTube thumbnails. I do not edit videos. I do not create thumbnails. I don't know what a keyword is. I don't do any of those. I know how to create content. So that's what I do. So next up, I spend $1,500. They create my YouTube thumbnails. They create several IG posts, YouTube shorts, LinkedIn posts, TikTok. They are creating lots of content for me every day. I'm very happy with what they are producing. Next up, I had somebody help build my website. Again, another content creator. What he does for me is he takes 1 video a day from YouTube and converts it to a blog post. I guess, I don't know how he does it. No idea. But I have a website called One Rental at a Time where you can go and you can actually read articles and the like. So he's updating my website for me. We do some small things But as you can see, I'm paying people to do things that I don't want to learn. I just focus on content for you. Then next up, the office that I am sitting in. I'm already signed up to spend about $2,200 a month. That is on rent, high-speed internet, insurance, and other miscellaneous expenses. On top of that, I will probably drop $20,000 to $25,000 on stuff, right? Filling up the office, whiteboards, podcast studio next door, painting is not cheap. So again, doing lots of things for you. On top of that, I also give away these cards, which I don't have any in front of me right now. You've seen them, the 500 cards, all of that. That stuff's not free. Send out $200-300 worth of stamps and cards. Again, trying to help you. I do book giveaways occasionally. But again, what I'm doing is I'm spending over $5,000 a month for one rental at a time. I actually didn't know that until I went through and audited my books last month when I signed up for rent. I think that's kind of crazy that I'm spending 60 grand a month or a year, 5 grand a month. Yeah. So why do I do it? I think that's a great question. I ask myself that about once a month. Why am I writing these big checks? Well, the reality is either I'm serious or I'm not about helping 1 million people. If I just want to maximize money, earnings, I'd still be in my kid's bedroom. I wouldn't be paying anybody any of these things. I would certainly be talking about my books and courses more. If you watch my channel all week, you probably hear me mention the amazing course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. I probably mention it 10 times, but really try to sell it twice. I don't know. It's an amazing course helping thousands of people. I don't talk about it because I know it works and people will just come when they're ready. I've kept it at a price point that people think I'm an idiot. I had another mentor talk to me yesterday morning about where it should be. And let's just say everybody wants it to be $1,000. I'm not there. I think we can accomplish a lot more at $319. And one of the things I'm doing in this office is I'm going to be inviting more content creators to create more free bonus content. But as the bonus content grows and grows, we may see quarterly price increases or yearly. I haven't decided. But yeah, this is where we're going. How to Get Started One Rental at a Time is a game changer. And let's just be clear. I make about, we make about under $200 on a course that's sold because there's all these fees and all these other things. And again, remember, I'm spending over $5,000 a month. So I'm trying to break even every month, right? That's the goal. If I can break even every month, I'm good. So yeah, this is where we're going. This is why I'm doing it. If I'm either serious about helping 1 million people or not. To be clear, I established proof of concepts before I spend money, with one exception. My first $1,000 that I signed up to spend, converting YouTube, the blog and posts and all of that, that was more of a investment. I knew One Rental at a Time was going to be something. I didn't know what it was, but I also knew what I didn't know. So I was happy to pay that first $1,000 that I've been paying for 3 years. I was spending 12 grand a year long before I was making $1. So that was my investment. After that, everything's been a proof of concept. When did I start paying $1,500 for the extra content creator? When my YouTube channel got to a point where I was making that money and it didn't cost me anything. I do not want to impact Olivia's life at all. So I have made sure that I'm earning the money from YouTube or books or courses or sponsors on the podcast before I invest. But once I get the money, I don't need it. So I invest in the channel. I invest in my brand, One Rental at a Time. One Rental at a Time is about doing the work. Doing the work. You can get hats and stickers and books, notebooks on my website, One Rental at a Time. If you want to support me, support the channel, you can go there. I had wrapping paper created last year. That was so cool. What a surprise that was. But yeah, we are here to help. So again, I would not spend this $5,000 on One Rental at a Time unless I was making at least $5,000 a month. I did spend that first 1,000 as an investment because I had faith in myself. I had faith that we could do something. But every dollar after that I've been spending, you can rest assured I've not been dipping into our personal lifestyle. So again, I think it's interesting when people show their income, but I'd rather show you my expenses. One rental at a time as a brand costs over $5,000 a month, 60 grand a year. So if you want somebody that's making that investment, like, subscribe, comment, share videos. We are a very different channel. We do a daily financial show in the morning. We have 8 millionaires and many multimillionaires that talk to you every week. I am trying to be different. I am focused on my legacy. I want people to talk about Michael Zuber or One Rental at a Time 50, 100 years after I'm dead. In order to do that, we have to stay consistent. We have to keep giving back. We have to keep adding value. We have to keep giving stuff away for free. If you want to know about me, read my book, One Rental at a Time. Where is it? Over here. Nope, that's the other book. I actually don't know where One Rental at a Time is. I guess I got to get some of those on the bookshelf. Oh, there it is. If you want to know about our story, read One Rental at a Time. If you want to read about 15 other investors, you have the other book, 15 Conversations. If you want to make a difference in your life, you can get your Money Right course for $99. Or if you want to join thousands, multiple thousands of people and how to get started one rental at a time, it is $319 now. If for whatever reason you want a little bit of one-on-one mentoring, I do offer that option at $649, which again, I'm constantly told is a ridiculous price. It's going to be there until I don't want it to be. So $649. And in the end, worst case, keep coming back for the free content. I have no problem with you subscribing, leaving comments, thumbs up, just coming back for the free stuff. That's why I do it. We do put out 5 or 6 videos a day. I try to make the title. So if you like the title, watch it. If you don't, no harm, no foul. Nobody has to watch all my videos. I don't think that's healthy. Watch the ones that make sense. Tune into the daily financial news. That's probably the one that everybody should watch. So hopefully you've liked this. I'm spending $5,000 a month. If you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, comment, buy the book, join the course, buy a hat, buy a book, do the work. It is that simple. All right, take care.